What's up, guys? Welcome back into the Millennial Profit. My name's Adam and I'm a full-time reseller. If you're new here, I show you all different kinds of ways to make money. So if you like money, hit that subscribe button. Today, this video has been requested hundreds of times in my comments, I would say. So today we're going to talk about taxes and how you should be keeping your taxes as a reseller. So let's get into it. So now with the new 1099 rule that went from $20,000 a year on platforms, you'll get your 1099 to $600 a year. Lots of people are asking questions on taxes. Now, technically, you were supposed to claim any profits that you made. You just didn't get a 1099 from the platforms, and I know a lot of people were swerving that. But the best advice I can give is to consult a tax professional, and they will help guide you through everything. I'm going to show you everything that you're going to need to track. I will say probably 100 times in this video, consult a tax professional. I am not a tax expert, so do not take my word for any of this. You may use my tips and tricks and take them to a tax professional, but do not take my word. I'm not a tax professional. In fact, the only C I had in college was in accounting, so if that tells you anything. So as a reseller, there are two ways to do your taxes. I'm briefly going to touch on these. Again, whatever your accountant recommends is what you should go with. So number one is accrual accounting. Basically, with accrual accounting, you can only write off the inventory that is sold, so your costs of goods sold. Then there's cash accounting. In cash accounting, you can write off all of your inventory that you bought. You basically take all the money you had coming in versus all the money you have going out. So even if the inventory didn't sell, if you bought it during that year, you can write it off. I really encourage you guys to check out Not Your Dad's CPA YouTube channel. I will link that down below. He goes way more in depth on all this stuff, and he's just a great source for learning about how to do taxes as a reseller. So that's as thorough as I'm going to go in on them. Again, I have a good CPA. They tell me what they need, what I should track, and I track it and I give them the numbers and they do all the math for me. So I'm really not going to go any more in depth on these two subjects. All I can say is just to bring these up to your accountant and see what they tell you the way they want to track it, and I would track it that way. So things you're going to want to keep track of as a reseller. Number one, keep your receipts of all of your purchases. All the items that you buy to resell, your inventory. So I keep all my receipts in case I were to ever be audited or anything. You have the proof of purchase from everything. The way I do it is I have a couple credit cards that I strictly buy inventory on. That way at the end of the year, it's really easy. I can pull up those credit card statements and I can get a total for my amount of purchases of inventory. So I have probably 3 or 4 credit cards that are strictly inventory based, and it's super easy that way. I don't buy anything else but inventory on those. Next, any offices purchases or anything you buy for your business, you need to keep track of those. And also any supplies, so poly mailers, tape, boxes, whatever you buy for your business, you need to keep track of that because you can write that off of your taxes. I also have a separate credit card that I buy all this stuff on, and I also keep it on a spreadsheet as well, just an Excel spreadsheet. So any purchases I make for my company outside of inventory, I'll keep on that spreadsheet. You also need to keep track of your mileage. So if you're driving around to stores sourcing, or you're driving to the post office and back, that counts as a business expense. You can write those miles off. Now, I don't have the exact formula that it does, but you can use some mile apps such as Mile IQ, Driver's Note, Everlace, QuickBooks even has one. And these will track your miles that you can tell your accountant at the end of the year, oh, I drove 5,000 miles. And they'll say, okay, that's this much taken off. Again, I don't know the exact numbers, but it is a significant amount, and you definitely should take advantage of that. Always keep 5 to 7 years of records before you're throwing it away in case you were ever to get audited from the IRS. That's why it's important to keep good books in this game as well. Now for your shipping labels, fees, and say you had any refunds or returns, to track those numbers, I really don't keep anything on those because you can pull them super easy from eBay or Amazon or whatever platform you're using. I know on eBay, you just go to the seller hub and go to your sales, and you can go to, I want to look for the 2021 year, and it'll tell you all of your numbers. It'll tell you what you spent on shipping labels, how much you spent in fees, and you can even look up on eBay to see how much you refunded people. And also if you use a third-party app like Pirate Ship or GoShippo, super easy to pull those shipping numbers as well. They'll tell you exactly how much you spent in shipping. So good softwares you can use to keep your books. Good starter software is just Excel, and literally just going item by item. You can make an Excel spreadsheet. Item, price, how much I paid for the item, cost of goods sold, shipping, fees, boom, it'll spit out your profit. That's super easy to keep your books that way. This is how I started, but once you start doing like crazy amount of sales, if you're doing like 20-30 sales a day, like this is just extremely time consuming and not worth it. So you need to figure out a way to do it better. Another one I've heard people using is GoDaddy Bookkeeping. I know Dana Invests, if you guys have seen his channel, he uses GoDaddy Bookkeeping.
You ready to make some money? Let's make some money!
That'll just pull all your numbers from like eBay and everything. You just have to put in your purchases and those type of things. If I remember correctly, I don't use this. QuickBooks has a similar type of thing. Obviously, these are paid services, but if you want stuff to be more automatic than manual, then QuickBooks and GoDaddy is probably going to be better for you. So the way I would go about it is, again, consult with a CPA, see what their thoughts are, have them tell you the numbers they're going to need come tax time, and then you can make your decision on how you want to keep your books and how you want to keep all your numbers. So this is really all I'm going to get into. Again, I hesitate to give any tax information because I'm not a tax professional whatsoever, but so many people have requested this video, and I thought I could give a little basic video out there at least and hopefully put you in the right direction. In my opinion, it's worth every penny for the tax professional because I don't want to get any penalties for not doing my taxes right. And also they can save you a lot of money, like things you wouldn't even think that you can write off your taxes. They'll be like, hey, pull this number, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. But most importantly, I want them to be able to save me from any penalties or anything if I didn't claim the right amount. They'll tell me everything that I need. So I hope this video gives you enough information to get started, and I highly recommend consulting a tax professional with any questions you may have, and they'll be able to help you and point you in the right direction. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, you can do so at millennial_profit. You can also check out my personal Discord cook group, Bread and Butter, down below. If you have any questions on that, shoot us a DM on Instagram at Bread and Butter Group. That'll do it for today's video. There's money to be made everywhere, guys. Let's go get it. Thank you for watching The Millennial Profit.